present video I'll explain media access control. So suppose if you're having so many devices which are trying to access the information via a single common link. So that is called as multi-point or broadcast link. So in such instant, multiple access protocol need to be considered while accessing the informations via link. The problem of controlling the access to the medium is similar to the rules of speaking in an assembly. That means we have to consider a set of procedures in which instant which particular node can communicate with the other node. So for that we are having media access control or MAC. So in the media access control we are having some classifications like either the multiple access control or media access control may be random control or channelization. So under random random access we are having some set of protocols. So those protocols are called as random access protocol like Aloha, CSMA, carrier sense multiple access, carrier sense multiple access collision detection, that is CSMA bar CD, carrier sense multiple access and collision avoidance, that is CSMA bar CE. So under controlled access protocol we are having reservation, pooling and token passing concept. The last one is a channelization protocol. We are having FDMA, TDMA and CDMA. Next we'll take random access. So under random access we have to consider some set of questions like when can the station access the medium, what can the station do if the medium is busy, how can the station determine the success or failure of the transmission, what can the station do if there is an access conflict. So these are some set of questions will come into picture whenever we are speaking about random access. So in the case of random access we are having two protocols like Aloha. So this is a basic protocol. Aloha, the earliest random access protocol which was developed in early 1970. So this was designed for a radio LAN, that is wireless LAN, but can also be used on any shared medium. So in the case of Aloha, the original Aloha protocol is called as pure Aloha. So this is a simple protocol. The idea is that each station sends a frame whenever it has a frame to send, that is multiple access. So whenever the stations are having the data to send, so can send the data randomly without any interruptions. So however, since there is only one channel to share, there is a possibility of collision between the frames from different stations. Obviously, so we can observe that the collision duration occurred whenever the stations are sending the data in the same instant. So the frame from station 1, 2, 3 and 4, it's partially collided during the collision durations. Similarly during collision duration 2 also. So randomly the stations can send the data, but the occurrence of collision is more in the case of in the case of pure Aloha, that is Aloha. So we'll take what is a vulnerable time for pure Aloha. So vulnerable time for pure Aloha can be computed as 2 times 2 times TFR. So the vulnerable time, the length of the time in which there is a possibility of collision. So what is the meaning of vulnerable time? The possibility or length of the time in which there is a possibility of collision. So we can compute, we assume that stations send fixed length frames which with each frame length is TFR seconds, and we can compute vulnerable time is equal to 2 times TFR. For this is for pure Aloha. So we'll take one problem in the case of pure Aloha. So we can have the network transmit 200 bit frames on the shared channel of 200 kilobits per second. What is the requirement to make this frame collision free? So the average frame transmission time is TFR is 200 bits divided by 200 kilobits per second. So we'll get the frame transmission time is equal to the 200 bits frame divided by the channel data rate is 200 kilobits per second. So we'll get 1 milliseconds. So the vulnerable time is equal to 2 times the frame transmission time, that is 2 milliseconds. This means that the no station should send later than 1 millisecond before this station starts transmission. So before as well as after the frame transmission, then only the stations can send the data. So that means this no station should send later than 1 millisecond, and no stations should start sending during the period 1 millisecond that this station is sending. So if you are following this strategy, so we can avoid collision. So we can say that the frame network will be collision free. So we can compute the throughput in the case of pure Aloha. S is equal to G into e to the power minus 2g, and the maximum throughput S max is equal to 1 by 2e, that is equal to 0.184 when G is equal to half. So we'll take one problem. A pure Aloha network transmits 200 bits frames on the shared channel of 200 kilobits per second. What is the throughput? We have to calculate throughput. Yes. So for different cases, 100 frames per second, 500 frames per second, 250 frames per second. So first we'll calculate frame transmission time. We are having 200 bit frame and the channel data rate is 200 kilobits per second. So the frame transmission time is 200 divided by 200 kilobits per second, that is equal to 1 millisecond. So now we'll compute what is the value of G. So the first case A, 100 frames per second. So in order to transmit 1000 frames, so 1 second is assigned. For one particular frame, what is the time? So that means for 1000 frames, 1 second is required. In order to transmit one frame, what is the time? So we'll get the one frame, in order to transmit one frame, so we need to have 1 millisecond. So that is nothing but G is equal to 1 millisecond. So after that, once we got the value of G, so we can substitute directly in the throughput equation. G is equal to S is equal to G into e to the power minus 2g, and we'll get the value as 135 frames, and S is equal to 0.135. So that is 13.5%. This means that the throughput is 1000, that is 1000 frame into 0.135, that is equal to 135 frames. Only 135 frames out of 1000 frames will probably survive. That means out of 1000, only 135 frames can be successfully reached to the destination. So second case, so that is case B, 500 frames per second. So we need 1 second to carry 500 frames. What is the time required to transmit one frame? So 500 will get the value as half or 0.5. So compute S is equal to G into e to the power minus 2g. We'll get 18.4%, and this means that the throughput is 500 into 0.184 is equal to 92. Out of 500, only 92 frames will survive. The last case is 250 frames. Similarly, we can solve and we'll get the final answer as only 38 frames out of 250 frames will probably survive. So next is slotted Aloha. So in the case of slotted Aloha, we divide the time into slots of TFR seconds and force the station to send only at the beginning of the time slot. So in order to avoid the collision, so we'll divide the entire time into slots, and we'll force the station to send during only the allotted slots, so that we can avoid the collision. Because a station is allowed to send only the beginning of the synchronized time slot. If the station misses this moment, so it need to wait until its next chance. So that is a drawback of this. So we can have we can calculate vulnerable time. Vulnerable time is equal to frame transmission time itself, TFR. In the case of slotted aloha, the throughput S is equal to G into e to the power minus G. And the maximum throughput we can have whenever G is equal to 1, the value is 0.368, that is equal to 36.8%. So we'll consider one problem, the same problem as the pure aloha, but the equation to compute the throughput S is equal to, we can just change the equation, G is equal S is equal to G into e to the power minus G. So for case 1, if the 1000 frames per second, for that case we'll get the maximum throughput as 36.8% when G is equal to 1, as I said. And out of 1000 frame, the only 368 frames will survive. For second case we'll have 30.3% and 151 frames can survive, that is out of 500. And the last case is we'll get the maximum throughput is equal to 19.5%. This means that out of 250 frames only 49 frames will survive.